Minim's religious order. The Minims, also called the Minimi, or Order of Minims, abbreviated OM, are members of a Roman Catholic religious order of friars founded by Saint Francis of Paola in 15th-century Italy. The order soon spread to France, Germany, and Spain, and continues to exist today. Like the other mendicant orders, there are three separate components or orders of the movement: the friars, contemplative nuns, and a third order of laypeople who live in the spirit of the order in their daily lives. At present, there are only two fraternities of the Minim tertiaries. Both are in Italy. History. The founder of the order, Saint Francis of Paola, was born in 1416 and named in honor of Saint Francis of Assisi. The boy became ill when he was only 1 month old, and his mother prayed to Saint Francis and promised that her son would spend a year in a Franciscan friary if he were healed. Francis recovered, which she believed meant that God had granted her prayer. At 13 years of age, Francis fulfilled that votive year. After this year, he dedicated himself to a life of solitude and penance as a hermit. In 1435, two followers joined Francis and began the community, which was first called the Poor Hermits of Saint Francis of Assisi. Francis and his followers founded hermitages at Paterno in 1444 and Milazzo, Sicily, in 1469. The Archbishop of Cosenzo approved the group and established them as a religious order on November 30, 1470, and this approval was confirmed by Pope Sixtus Roman IV in his bull Sedes Apostolica of May 17, 1474. At that time, the Pope also changed their status from that of hermits to mendicant friars. The name Minims comes from the Italian word minimo, meaning the smallest or the least, and their founder would call himself. Francis of Paola wanted to distinguish himself as being of even less significance than the friars minor founded by his patron saint. Francis composed a rule for the community in 1493, which was approved under the name of Hermits of the Order of the Minims. The definitive version of the rule was solemnly approved by Pope Julius Roman II in the bull Inter Ceteros, July 28, 1506, who also simplified the name of the community to the Order of Minims, Latin, Ordo Minimorum. In addition to the standard three religious vows of chastity, poverty, and obedience, the rule contains the vow of a Lenten way of life, Latin, Vita Quadragesimolis, which is considered to be the distinctive feature of the Minims. This vow is for perpetual abstinence from all meat and dairy products, veganism, except in case of grave illness and by order of a physician. Because of asceticism, the order is also discalced in character, and there are other acts of humility. The Minim habit consists of a black wool tunic, with broad sleeves, a hood, and a short scapular. It has a thick, black cord with 4 knots that signify the 4 vows, with a tassel to gird the robe. The Order of the Minims spread throughout Italy in the 15th century and was introduced to France in 1482, and later to Spain and to Germany in 1497. The houses in Spain, Germany, and France were suppressed during the period following the French Revolution. By the turn of the 20th century, only 19 friaries remained, all but one of them in Italy. On December 31, 2010, the order had 46 communities with 174 members, 112 of them priests. The majority of these were in Italy, but they are also established in Brazil, Cameroon, Colombia, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, the Czech Republic, India, Mexico, Spain, and the United States of America. Paulaner Brewery. The Munich friary of the German Minims brewed beer as means of support, but after the friars were expelled, the brewery continued independently. It continues to brew the Paulaner brand of beer, which draws its name from Francis of Paola. Notable Minim friars: Blessed Gaspar de Bono 1530 1604 or 444, Marin Merson 1588 1648, Emmanuel Manin 1601 1676, Jean-Francois Niceron 1613 1646, Blessed Nicholas Bar 1621–1686, Charles Plumier 1646–1704, Saint Nicholas of Longobardy 1650–1709, canonized November 23, 2014, Fra Galgario 1655–1743, Louis Fueli 1660–1732. Notable Minim tertiaries: Francis de Sales 1567–1622, Vincent de Paul 1581–1660. The Nuns, the Nuns, the Nuns, the Nuns. Saint Francis was called to France in 1483 by King Louis Roman XI to serve as his deathbed confessor. While he was there, the Spanish ambassador, Don Pedro de Lucino, who was a very pious man, grew to know and admire him. He sent reports of the holy friar to his family back in Jean. His daughter Elena and her two daughters Maria and Francisca felt so inspired by Don Pedro's reports they wanted to dedicate themselves to the way of life Francis had established. Through the ambassador, they communicated their interest to the saint and asked for a rule of life which they might follow. Saint Francis welcomed their request heartily, and to this end he adapted the rule of the friars for them to live as cloistered nuns. Don Pedro donated a portion of his estate to the young women, and there they formed a small monastic community. They received the Minim religious habit from a friar Lionnet on June 11, 1495. This was first and remains the oldest monastery of the Minim nuns. Francisco was elected as the first corrector religious superior of the community. She spent many years as the corrector of the monastery, gaining a reputation for holiness, and is today honored as Blessed Francisca. Their proper rule was approved by the Holy See in 1506, at the same time as that of the friars. The Federation of Minim Nuns of Saint Francis of Paola includes 14 monasteries in Spain, Italy, Mexico, and the Philippines. Notable Minim nuns. A new community was established in Barcelona on Easter 1623. In 1936, the 25 members of the community in Barcelona were arrested by soldiers of the Republic of Spain. Charged with treason, 9 choir nuns and an extern sister were executed on July 23. They were beatified by Pope Francis on October 13, 2013, and are commemorated on July 23. Blessed Josefa Pilar Garcia Solanas Maria Montserrat, Blessed Ramona Ors Torrance Margarita de Lacac of St. Raymond, Blessed Dollars Velasca Galigo Maria de El Asuncio, Blessed Merce Mester Trench Maria Merce, Blessed Vicente Jorda Marti Maria de Jesus, Blessed Jospa Panulet Domnech Jospa of the Heart of Mary, Blessed Teresa Rias Casas Trinitat, Blessed Maria Montserrat Ors Malist Enriqueta, Blessed Anabalista Gelma Philomena of Saint Francis de Paola, Blessed Lucretia Garcia Solanas. The Minim Daughters of Mary Immaculate is a separate institute founded in 1867 in Guanajuato, Mexico, by Venerable Pablo de Andapadula. The sisters work in schools and medical centers in Mexico, Cuba, Ecuador, Rome, and Nogales, Arizona.